cracked alcohol content. The bugs are getting us. It's getting to me.
All these CGI bugs.
Yeah. Penny is just like assaulting us, and I feel it. It's to make it real for you because we're actors. And actors drink out of fancy drinks. I don't know if you notice anything different about the glassware we have or the hats that we have. You know what it means when we got these hats. It means we got some scotch. But before we get all into that fancy business, who are we drinking with? We got Ryan.
Ooh, fancy boy Ryan over here.
You know, I think Fancy Ryan might be my favorite rendition of Ryan.
Oh, really?
Like I said, we're actors, and he is acting right now.
Are you a southern? Are you a southern gentleman?
I mean, if you should so choose.
Hey, we got Fancy Rick.
Yeah, well, I definitely have the glass for fancy, but now that I'm looking at it,
You going bowling or something?
It looks like it's a New Jersey. Guido, bust your kneecaps out.
He looks like a bowling coach.
A bowling coach.
He sits down and he just tells people how to bowl.
So as a bowling coach, I would never, ever have you put 3 fingers into a ball that you've never seen before. has 20 years of buildup of whatever.
Is the reason why you don't bowl anymore? Do you have like a backstory where you have like PTSD?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a Kingpin situation.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's
right.
a throwback. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. All right. So, I mean, like I said, we have the hats on. What are we drinking, Rick?
Oh, we are drinking one of my something from one of my favorite Scottish distilleries from Arran, and this happens to be a port cask finish.
Oh.
So Arran is from the Isle of Arran, which is on
That checks out.
it's
I don't believe you.
It's west of the mainland Scotland, but tucked in between the Campbelltown Peninsula and mainland Scotland. And Arran has been in business about 30 years, and they do things the real old-fashioned way. So we have a number of their whiskeys.
The 1990s way.
30 years.
But they trust me, they do things very old-fashioned. The water comes from literally the rain in Scotland, and it falls through 7 waterfalls or whatever before they ultimately use it.
So they're cloud seeding. So they're like Saudi Arabia.
Yes, they're cloud seeding. Yes, so it's very old technology. This
From
is
the Mayans.
They invented zero. No, thanks for nothing. Anyway,
Oh boy, that's pretty good.
That's bad.
I like it.
This is 100 proof. They don't chill filter or anything like that. This particular the port cask is they're kept in regular casks for at least 8 years. So it's not age stated, but for at least 8 years, it's in regular casks. And then they put them in port barrel casks. They don't give the age. It's clearly up to the master distiller on when they take them out. But that's what this particular is. I should be saying, since it is Scotch, this is single malt. So it's just barley. It's barley. They bring the barley across the little bit of water to Arran Island from the mainland, but in raw form, and they mash it and do everything there.
Yeah.
So
And I picked up this bottle when I was out of state,
yes,
and I just randomly went into a liquor store, and I was like, okay, what do they got here? And boy, struck gold.
Whoopsie, found it.
This is the last one on the shelf, too.
All right.
And I picked it up for 70 or 80.
right.
70 or 80.
Yeah,
eh?
it was
That's
between
70 or $80.
Pretty good
Yeah.
deal.
Which in the Scotch game nowadays, or even the bourbon
Not
game
bad.
nowadays, that's not bad at
Yeah.
all. So,
All right.
and we're drinking out of fine
I
German.
do like how it's a black label and a black tube.
Yeah.
Because they're
As
usually
opposed to
like
their-
really like lighter colors.
They
and
are-
stuff.
Like parchment.
They are,
Yeah.
and they're very transparent. I mean, on the back, it literally gives you the longitude and latitude. There's a map of the island. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that about them.
Cool.
So anyway, and they're an independent distillery, so they're not owned by some large conglomerate.
That's
Well,
actually
that
pretty
right
legit.
that right there is worth.
They're my favorite, folks.
Yeah. We're going to promote them
Yeah.
hard.
That's actually cool. I did not know that. I
Yeah.
love their stuff and the fact
So it
that
is. I mean, when you look at Scottish history since 1995, doesn't sound like a long time. It's not. It's about 30 years, but they are independent. They do. When I say they do things old school,
Yeah.
they are independent.
They
and
finally won the battle
Yeah.
that Braveheart was trying to start.
They definitely did. They definitely did.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's very.
You can't
cool.
say that very much nowadays, even with Scotch,
Well-
How
many Scotch distillers are owned by Japanese?
half of
companies?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
One Japanese company,
So-
Yeah.
Suntory, and then the other half are owned by Diageo.
Diageo,
essentially.
well, so here's something we haven't even talked about
No.
the actual.
This is
liquid
fun
yet,
facts.
but I'm telling you,
Fun facts with Rick.
I haven't brought this up, but we might want to talk about this seriously. They do have a program where you can. Now,
Can we
Sign
move?
me up.
It's gonna
Can
cost-
we move to Scotland?
It's going to cost. You can go check on it. You can buy a barrel of their distillate, and
Oh.
you can choose the barrel that it goes in, and for how long. Now the cost is 4,500 pounds to like 6,600 pounds, depending on what barrel and how long and stuff like that. But you literally can buy a barrel. They lager it away. Your name's on it, and you decide when it's good to go.
I have already bought a barrel. Oh, surprise.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we should.
Like, you guys hold on to this for like 15 years.
Uh-huh.
We'll
I'll
come
check
see
back.
you. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be great.
We'll just have a barrel amount of whiskey.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Just need to point it out. I don't know if anyone's gonna be able to see it on the cameras, but we have 2 turtle doves for Christmas.
Oh, really?
Christmas in July, baby. Out in the back. It's actually kind of cute.
2 turtle doves.
Let's get to the whiskey.
Where's your pear tree?
Yeah.
I had one. We had the other place lived.
Did George Washington cut that one down too?
He did. That George Washington.
It's
got
good.
a
You
lot
lied
of
about that one.
Oh man. See, that's
Oh.
why his nickname wasn't Honest. His was Lion Washington.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
Lion Tree Cutter Washington. Go get him, boys.
He did swear a lot. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he
That
was.
sounds
a
like
swearer.
my first president. So off the nose, I will say this. A little bit of not a little bit of tobacco. Not I was gonna go with smoky, but it's like kind of making me think of a little bit of cigarette, and that's not a negative note, folks. It's just the way that I can try and describe it. A little bit of cigarette smoke with the normal port notes you're gonna be getting.
Interesting. Because I definitely get that kind of darker fruit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
But
like
I
it's
get
not
this-
it's not the sherry sweetness. It's that kind of deeper,
Yeah.
darker.
See, on the nose for me, I'm getting. I almost know what you're talking about with it's just a tad of smoke. It's not smoky.
Yeah,
at all,
it's not
but
like
there's
smoky.
a tad of something going on.
It's like
But
an essence of something.
Yeah, it is. But I'm getting some tangerine.
Really?
Yeah, nectarine, tangerine. On the
Mm.
nose.
That's good.
Let me just say,
Maybe it's a menthol cigarette.
Love swirling. Love
Oh, yeah.
swirling with these things.
Yeah, we'll wait to talk about these glasses. You know, we're building the suspense because we got to get to this whiskey at some point.
I mean, this smells so good. I want to bury my nose in this.
Has a nice. There's a mint note that is very refreshing, mixed in with all of the dark fruit. But then I think the mint is what's giving me that sensation of a smoke because it kind of makes me think of a menthol.
Oh, cigarette
Nowhere
or something.
near as the intensity. It's just kind of my brain is going to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm tasting it.
oh, it's so good. Oh my goodness.
All right. Turn off the podcast, boys. We found it. We found the bottle.
We're buying a barrel.
We're buying a barrel. You know what we need to do?
That'd be a great investment.
We need to start a scheme. You know, it's like a timeshare. That's what we need to do. We're going to convince all of you who are listening and watching. Send us some money. We have a new thing that you need to try to invest in, and we're going to make a shit ton of money. Okay, we're going to buy a barrel from Arran, but you're going to give us the money first. Okay, it's not going to be your money anymore, and you just need to trust us. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the barrel and we're gonna review it for you, and you're gonna love it.
Oh, you can,
That is a foolproof plan.
I think I got it.
I
that's
mean,
good.
a couple hundred bottles will come from a barrel. So
Yeah, we can have 100 episodes. You can have 100 episodes of us. and we
of
can
us
review
drinking
everybody.
a full bottle each
Exactly.
time. Yeah.
This is fantastic. This is it.
There's a lot to unpack here. There's
Which,
a lot going on.
I mean, this is the third Arran product that we've had, right?
yeah,
We've had their regular 10-year, which is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And then their cask strength sherry barrel, which is even better.
Yes.
And now this, which is finished in port barrels.
Oh
And
man,
it's crazy good.
this is a real deal. This has an amazing proof tingle that lasts forever.
It has such a fun balance of like a little bit of elevated proof, kind of darker notes, but still seems light and fun. I mean, this is dangerous. I could drink a lot of this.
The wood is coming through, and maybe that's kind of what's coming through the nose as well, and that minty note as well. But on the tongue, the wood is tricking my brain almost into a smoky note.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's so well packaged.
I think you're right. I think it's the wood that's coming that has a little. It's not peated.
It's like a wood spice that is causing me to relate it to smoke.
Oh, that's so good.
So I've had 3 sips now, and I'm definitely getting vanilla, honey, some deeper fruits. The nectarine or tangerine that I got on the nose, I don't necessarily get on the taste, but as it gets further back for me, I'm getting like a mandarin orange with a little chocolate on the far back end. Third sip in for me, far back, not tons of chocolate, but have you ever had those like chocolate covered like orange?
Yeah.
Whatever. Or the ones that like when you smash the chocolate down and it goes into like slices.
Yes. Yeah. There's just a touch of that. It's not full head on with that.
Man, this, like, I'm having kind of fun just taking a sip and just locking the top of my tongue or my tongue to the top of my mouth and just kind of like sitting there with the burn. This is a dangerous bottle. I could have way too much of this. Because
Easily.
the experience is not getting old. It's just like, all right, all right, we're doing another episode on this again. We need to take 2.
Well, exactly. I mean, I keep coming up with different notes every time I taste.
It ends on a minty, smoky note. I do have it's almost like I smoked a cigar last night, and I'm still tasting it in the morning. I don't know. It's strange. The wood, maybe.
Yeah.
It might have been the 3 menthols I had before this episode, but you said it doesn't have anything to do with my palate.
I think that is partly coming from the proof, though. Having a little bit higher proof, it's giving that like sort of cut of almost an acidic note that brings out some of those things in the wood and the darker flavors that give you that sort of cigar menthol, I guess.
And the best way, and then what I love about whiskey when they nail the marketing and like the look and everything, gosh darn, they nailed it. It's like you're in a shadow. All the flavors are in the shadow of the whiskey.
That's a good point. Yeah. And clearly we are coming up with different like tasting notes. And that is the beauty that we bring you with a podcast of 3 people. Because every palate is different.
Yeah.
And so what Austin's tasting, I'm not fully getting that menthol at all. I'm getting some orange chocolate, vanilla going on. But that's everybody's palate's a little bit different. What I do think we'll all agree on is this is complex. It keeps coming with different notes every time you sip it.
I want more from Arran. I want to find a liquor store that just has, a bunch of their stuff.
Well,
that's tough. They don't make a lot.
I want to step forward. I was looking at where the best place to stay on the Isle of Arran is.
Hey, let's go.
I'm not even joking. I was looking that up.
You guys should comment. Let us know. Do you want to see us in Scotland? Because we'll do it. Okay.
Arran has about 4,000 people on it. The temperature, and this is important.
About to be 4,003.
For Scotch, so the temperature in January there is about average mean is 43 degrees. And the temperature in July there right now is average mean is 61 degrees. And that's important to say because a lot of Scotland is sort of like that. And hence a longer maturation usually than bourbon.
Yeah.
because it's not.
And more
Not the
salt from
extremes.
the ocean.
Yeah, I even pick up a little tiny maritime influence, not like Old Pulteney or anything, but there's a little tiny maritime influence on this for me. A little salt.
Well, I think we can sit here and go for a few more hours. Any last thoughts?
Here's the last thought.
Thumbs up.
Arran also opened up a new distillery on the south end of the Isle of Arran called Lag, L-A-G-G, which we haven't had that yet, but my European friends rave about it. And little known fact, there's a nudist beach at Lag, not the distillery, just the town of Lag.
Boys,
But I don't think I'm going to go because
that's
remember
our
I
sign.
said the mean temperature is 43 to 61 degrees? Shrinkage. I don't think I'd go there.
they have surges for that nowadays, so I'm not super worried. I'll do anything to move to Arran at this point. I am buying a barrel. I'm moving to Arran, and I'm living on a nude beach. So if you guys want to visit me, I'll be there. You guys can meet me in person.
The next episode coming to you from the nudist beach
From the Isle of Arran.
So before we sign off here, everyone's definitely thought we were super cool and fancy this whole time.
That's what they definitely think.
because like the podcast started and they saw me with it, and they're like, "Whoa,
Well, your Tam's on. Yes.
yeah." So what is this glass? I don't even know why we have this, but I just know that it made me way cooler.
For sure does.
Yeah.
Yes. It's this glassware happened to be made in Germany, but it's just a
Of course,
different level of drinking whiskey in.
Yeah.
It's like, so there's the Glencairn, which we use a lot. And
Yeah.
I will say the Glencairn probably gives a little bit better nose, but this is easier. The one problem with the Glencairn is actually drinking it. You have
yes.
to tilt your head back way so far and stuff like that. And I know you're just taking little sips, but this is a little easier to sip on.
Yeah, I can down this Arran pretty quickly with these glasses.
The stem.
I don't know. I don't know if that was the point.
Like honestly, I
but
would have preferred a shot glass, but this is fine.
the stem.
It's all about the swirl, and
the
this gives you the swirl.
pinky out. Did you have pinkies
Oh.
out or not?
I'm always
Yeah.
pinky out. 2 pinkies out all the time.
Yeah. This is
All
my
right.
natural state.
Well, because of the glasses is why you like, and that's why you subscribe. Those are 2 fantastic reasons, even though they're the exact same one. You comment. I mean, is anyone familiar with Arran? Because if you're not, you got to, not just this bottle. This bottle may be harder to find. We
But
were
any-
lucky enough to find
Yeah,
it.
any Arrans, and with the price of bourbon nowadays, come on.
Yeah.
At $70 for the regular Arran, that's not ridiculous at all.
Yeah, and I believe we've done an episode with Arran. Maybe not.
I know that I'm
Might be a
on my
lost
second or
episode.
third bottle of regular Arran.
Yeah, I think we actually have a lot.
We've been drinking it.
Yeah, so
That's for sure.
maybe stay tuned. Maybe go and I'll link the episode if we've done it. We've done so many at this point. It's kind of hard to remember which ones we've done, which ones we haven't. But stay tuned. Okay, we're always bringing the Scotch. We're also bringing the bourbon. Okay, we're doing all the things. You know us. You love us. Adios.